now call the meeting of the Carbon County Board of Commissioners to order. Please rise for a moment of silence, prayer, and the Pledge of Allegiance. O Lord, giver of life and source of our freedom, we thank you for the many blessings you have given our community. We invite your presence in our meeting. We know that it is from your goodness that we have received all we have. Gracious and loving God, we understand that you call us to be the stewards and the caretakers of our community. Help us to serve in that role. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
These proceedings are being recorded for the sole purpose of preparing accurate written minutes. Recordings are overwritten following approval of the minutes, eliminating all unofficial records of these proceedings. The first item is the approval of the minutes of the previous meeting held September 21st, 2023.
Motion approved. Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes. Are there any guests concerning county business at this time?
Yes.
Yes, sir. State your name, where you're from, please.
My name's Terry Davis from Weatherly. I'm a Patrick Township Supervisor. And I'm here in concern to the bridge number 4 on Gristmill Road. Is it gonna have a big impact on busing? Or snow plowing? We won't be able to take our trucks across, because it's gonna be lowered down to 3 tons, is my understanding. Is there any, I guess the reason they're lowering is because of water bladders they're gonna be putting on there, and it's causing more weight. So is there any way we can, talking to the other supervisor this morning, he says, not fill them with water, but can we secure them with like binder straps or something, just so they can't move? And then that would allow the weight.
PennDOT regulation.
Yeah, it's PennDOT regulations. They don't get completely filled, and because of the weight of the water, et cetera, being about 8,000 pounds, I understand it's gonna take about 1,000 gallons, so we're roughly 9,000 pounds in addition there, or at least 4 tons. So we have to follow PennDOT regulations, and hopefully a project will go along smoothly and quickly.
Yeah.
But
Is there money allotted to replace that bridge?
Through
And
the
time
PennDOT.
frame?
through the liquid fuels programs and the tax, correct?
It is, currently, the county has funds encumbered, but bridge number 4 is not on the 12-year plan. We have requested that it be put on for replacement.
So if it don't get on the 12-year plan, we're looking at 12 years.
Well, my opinion, I'm hoping not. I think we sort of straightened some of that stuff out at our last meeting that we had. And it was maybe neglected a little bit, that bridge, and I think it is in our plan that we picked like 4 bridges that we want in the plan. And hopefully for next year that will get done, because that is a critical area.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate, we just had a public hearing on the 25-year plan for PennDOT and that, and unfortunately, it's not a very good turnout. I don't know if it's advertising or what the issue is, that we don't get, less than a half dozen people, public, to come to that meeting to express their concerns with the traffic issues and the road conditions, et cetera, the bridges, which is everything we talked about. We pointed out in the maps exactly where we see problems, and we did hit quite a few of those areas. But when it comes to the local municipalities, you guys are the experts, you local elected officials. You know better than we do what your concerns are. So unfortunately, and not everybody can make the meetings, but hopefully we get some good out of that public hearing.
Yeah, we, like I said, we get a big snowstorm, we have no means of cleaning that bridge.
Yeah, that's good.
We can shut the road down because there's no homes between Wallace Way and the other side of the bridge. I mean, if we had to, we could shut that road down and find some way to open it up.
I think it's unfortunate, we hear of these billions of dollars of this bipartisan infrastructure law. right? It's obviously not trickling down. If it's gonna trickle down in 12 years, it's not doing us much good to make a difference in the issues of infrastructure that we have and we're seeing here in Carbon County. It was brought up, I will tell you, during the Council of Governments meeting this week, we had representatives from Susan Wild's office. We did bring up the issue and specifically mentioned bridge number 4 as an issue with her staff.
And I don't know if you're aware that, we have eyewitnesses, there's tractor trailers using that bridge at night. That's not helping it. So, I mean, we can't police that. I mean,
Right.
We have no police department, so.
And supposedly that infrastructure money is supposed to be coming out in 24, 25, and I think we need a bite of it. You know, it's like our bridges that are suffering for years, we get a couple $100,000 to fix, what is it, 19 bridges? And that's what I said, they just can't hand the money over to PennDOT and let them decide on what they're gonna fix. And that's what I was under the understanding, that it's supposed to come to the local municipalities. And that bridge up there that you're talking about cannot wait 12 years.
No.
I mean, this is something that I think, and like I said, if you could close it down, if they could work on it, if it could be shut down completely for 6 months, you could probably have that thing completely repaired, or maybe a new replacement.
Right.
And then it's done.
Yep.
And that's what I think we should be doing.
Okay.
So I think I'm trying to reach out to them too, and I talked to different people at the state, and they're telling me 2024 and 2025 is when the flood of the infrastructure money is supposed to be coming. So where's it going? I'm hoping
Yeah.
some comes to Carbon County. I mean, it would be nice to get a couple million that we could, you know, and we actually have a bridge that's in our county that's actually shouldn't even be ours. The one out there at Beltsville, you know, that should be a state-owned one, and I'd like to see that get turned over to PennDOT. You know, we could never afford to fix that bridge out there, that one there, and it's tough enough just doing the little ones.
Yeah.
But I would like to see your bridge worked on in May, if we could, but.
Now, is there any way you can get an email out to our secretary, explaining what you just told me? So, could we have a meeting coming up on Tuesday, and I'm sure there's gonna be people there asking questions.
Yeah, yeah.
Just, you know, just where we stand and, you know, money-wise and.
And they should be out there today, I think, or tomorrow, placing the barriers and filling them with water. Hopefully,
I
they were
come
trying to
through there on the way.
contact the fire company to do that for them, so.
I
And
come
she-
through there on the way and.
She should have received the formal correspondence that we sent. We
Yep.
did send a formal
Yep, we got
notification,
that.
right? She got that at least,
That's
okay,
why I-
good, great.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, any other guests concerning county business? Bring none, we'll move on.
Next item is the opening of bids, Lehighton Borough Public Facilities Roof Replacement. Lehighton Senior Center fiscal year 2019. The first bidder is H&P Construction out of Colt Mountain, Pennsylvania. Total amount bid, $70,440.60.
And there is a bid bond for 10%.
Next bid is from Northeast CM Group out of Lehighton, Pennsylvania. Total amount bid, $146,500.
Likewise, there is a bid bond for 10%.
And And the last bidder is Symmetry Construction Enterprise out of Nesquehoning, Pennsylvania. The total amount bid, $87,836.
And they also have a bid bond for 10%.
So move that we table for a period not to exceed 2 weeks in order to assess the details of the bids.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Report of executive sessions
none.
held. Department reports, the budget transfers.
Move to approve.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
There were no supplemental appropriations. Expenditures, approval of payroll check numbers 75538 through 75564, and direct deposit check numbers 6057343 through 6057777 for the payroll paid through the payroll fund checking account for all county funds totaling $671,352.53. This is the payroll dated September 22nd, 2023.
Motion to ratify.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Approval of check numbers 238770 through 238885 for expenditures to the general fund clearing account totaling $273,039.60.
Motion approved.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
The treasurer's report?
Move to accept.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
The personnel report for county departments.
Move to approve.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
The acknowledgements for courts and row offices.
Motion acknowledged.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
With the exception of the adult probation officer appointment by the courts and apparent and continuing disregard for the law known as Act 57 of 2020, and total disregard for the safety of the citizens of Carbon County, disregard for liabilities that the county could potentially assume. Other than that, yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Correspondence was received as listed. Copies will be made available to the press upon request. Advertising. For approval, authorize the advertisement for the invitation to bid for the following community block grant projects. Franklin Township Water Sewer Improvements, Red Hill Road, Phase 2, fiscal year 2020, 21, and 22. Whitesport Borough Water and Sewer Improvements, Ford Street, White Street, fiscal year 2021. Mahoning Township Street Improvements, Center Road, Maple Drive to Willard Drive, fiscal years 2019, 20, 21, and 22. Lehighton Borough Demolition, 135, 139 North Street, fiscal year 2020, 21, and 22.
Motion approved.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Bid rejection for approval. Request was received from the Director of Planning and Development recommending the bids that took place on September 18th, 2023 for the CDBG CV fiscal year 2020 homeless facilities Peaceful Nights Women's Shelter be rejected due to funding and administrative issues.
Move to approve the rejection.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Children and Youth for approval and execution. The fiscal year 2023-2024 purchase of service agreement with In-Hope Service Supervisors as per the attached rates for Cornell Abraxas Group of Pittsburgh and the Children's Home of Easton, Pennsylvania.
Motion approved and execute.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Coroner for approval and execution. An agreement with Quincy Technology Solutions Incorporated of Woodbridge, Connecticut for unlimited licensed software and maintenance for the current coroner's office for the period of January 1, 2024 through December 31st, 2024. Cost of $4,304 for license, $3,393 for hosting, for a total of $7,697. This represents an increase of $504.
Move to approve and execute.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Correctional Facility for approval and execution. Quote received from Access Control Systems of Milford, New Hampshire to purchase an Ion Scanner 600 at a cost of $33,098.19, including a 3-year depot warranty at a cost of $8,144. Shipping, $137.50. 50 cents. Operator on-site training of 10 people at a cost of $5,931.25 for a total cost $47,310.94. This is under CoStar's contract 4400016287 and 4400023857. This replaces previous agenda item 23-003, approved January 12, 2023, due to delivery issues.
Motion approved.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Human Services for approval and execution. The Human Services Non-Block Grant Plan Final Report for fiscal year 2022-2023 for Carbon County's HSDF, HAP, and drug and alcohol programs.
Move to adopt and execute.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Lehighton American Legion Post 314 project for adoption and execution. Resolution authorizing the submission of an application to the Commonwealth Financing Authority for a Monroe County Local Share Account grant in the amount of $73,581 to be used for electrical renovation and parking lot rehabilitation on behalf of Lehighton American Legion Post 314. Motion to adopt resolution number 23-031 and authorize execution and filing of the grant application.
Motion adopt and execute.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Planning and Development for ratification. Amendment number 3 to the CDBG CV fiscal year 2020 contract number 75512, changing the contract period from January 27, 2020 and expiring on June 28, 2024. Contract total shall remain the same at $481,147.
Move to ratify.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
CDBG fiscal year 2022 for ratification, the CDBG fiscal year 2022 contract number 86225 in the amount of $86,105 between the Carbon County Commissioners and the Pennsylvania Department of Community Economic Development for the activity period of May 24th, 2023 through May 23, 2027.
Move to ratify.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Purchase of service agreement for approval and execution. A purchase of service agreement under Sourcewell contract number 030321 with Edwards Business Systems of Wyomissing, Pennsylvania for the BizHub copier at a total cost of $544.85, 0.01431 black and white per copy bill quarterly for the Tax Claim Bureau. Maintenance will be fixed for the first 3 years with a 5% increase each year after.
Move to approve and execute.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
The Solicitor's Report?
Thank you. The county received a banner request seeking a motion for approval and execution for display of a banner for St. John's Lutheran Church for the 52nd Annual Switchback Scamper Race on October 22nd, 2023. The banner to be displayed October 8th, 2023 to October 23, 2023.
Motion approved. Execute.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
And ending on a high note, here seeking a motion to adopt Resolution 32 of 2023, acknowledging the 100th birthday of Emily B. Valent of Lansford, Pennsylvania.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Would you like me to read it into the record? Very well. Whereas, through the course of our lifetimes, few persons attain the amazing milestone of becoming a centenarian, at which time those moments become precious and notable times that are deserving of documentation in our history. And whereas Emily B. Valent, a lifelong resident of Lansford, Carbon County, Pennsylvania, is acknowledging that milestone, her 100th birthday, on October 1, 2023. This being a time of celebrating her good longevity genes, emotional resiliency to adapt to life's events, her religious convictions, and her appreciation of the simple pleasures and experiences of a century. And whereas Emily was born in 1923 to the late Veronica and Albert Skripizik, okay, that's approximate, and is one of 7 siblings and 6 brothers. Emily was married to Simon John Valent, and they had one son, Richard Valent, husband of Cynthia. Emily has twin grandsons, Michael and Patrick Valent. And whereas, before retiring at the age of 65, Emily was employed as a garment worker and was a member of the International Ladies Garment Workers Union and for Ridge Garment Company. And whereas Emily was a member of St. Catherine Drexel Roman Catholic Church, the former St. Michael's Roman Catholic Church in Lansford until it closed in 2016. Emily currently is a member of St. Joseph Parish of the Panther Valley in Summit Hill. And whereas Emily enjoys baking, cooking, especially traditional Polish and Slovak dishes, reading a book a week, and word puzzles. Now, therefore, with sincere admiration, the Carbon County Board of Commissioners wishes to join the Valent family in celebrating the 100th anniversary of Emily Valent, adopts this resolution as a way of documenting her milestone in the county historical records, and offers happy birthday wishes to Emily Valent, as well as its hope and wishes for continued health and happiness in the future, adopted by the Carbon County Commissioners this 28th day of September 2023. Nothing further under the solicitor's report.
Okay. Any further business? Hearing none, commissioners' reports, Mr. Honor?
I do have one thing, very good news, for the dog shelter. We got a donation for $1,000, from the Donald and Mary Baylor Foundation, and it was sent to us by Jude Bollinger. So thank you, the foundation. And that is it.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Nothing, thank you.
Mr. Notstein?
Nothing today, thank you. Meeting adjourned. Okay. Rachel, anything?
With the bridges, you mentioned infrastructure money, is there, you said it was maybe coming through in 2024?
Well, that's what we're hearing. Like, now I don't know where it's going to, if it's, I mean, it's supposed to come to the local municipalities, but it looks like possibly it's gonna be going to PennDOT and then distributed. So that might be a long process, and like these people, like even here at the county, if we're looking at something, we need it now, not in, you know, like they talked about a 12-year plan. You know, half of our bridges will be collapsing in 12 years if it doesn't come out. I think that's one of the things the infrastructure was put in plans to help local municipalities, so let's get it out there and give it to us. Let us work with it.
And was there a number given yet, or are they still figuring that out?
No, they don't, no, there's nothing.
We do have a bridge inspection program by the state, et cetera. We do get annual reports, at least annually or intermittently, when bridges are inspected. So we know basically where the higher priorities are for safety reasons, or bridge deficiencies that have to be addressed. Some have to be addressed immediately. Some are long-term issues, replacement, sidewalls, et cetera, decking, like the bridge Mr. Arner was talking about, the bridge over the Cove at Beltsville there. It's a rather big bridge. It's a state road, but yet the county owns it. Why, I don't know. And we'd gladly sell it to anyone that's interested. But, yeah, back to the state. So that's our responsibility, unfortunately, and it should, my opinion, it shouldn't be. It's a state road, not county. County does not own roads. We don't have any roads at all. We have bridges. So,
And then you mentioned some of your priority bridges. Was the bridge that the gentleman was talking about, is that one of them that you guys think is
Oh, yeah,
priority?
yeah, that's more like our number one, I think, at the
yeah,
time.
right at the top of the list, and it goes by various things, safety, structural issues, decking, sidewalls, and, yeah, there's a whole list of things, criteria, and they're all rated, so.
Well, for that one particular, do you know why that one, like, can you tell me, like, what you think needs improvement with that bridge?
We can probably offer a report.
Yeah,
Exterior
it's in the
facial
report, we have the
Yeah.
whole thing, we can send that to you, what has to be done to it. Yeah.
Alright, that's it, thank you.
Good. Amy,
Good morning. May I get a copy of that Bridgeport report, please?
Okay.
With regards to bid rejection for Peaceful Nights, this has been going on and on and on. Now what?
Well, first, tie this into the CDBG contract modification we accepted. That took us now to June next year, right? I can't recall what motion that was. So we actually have more time, because we originally were gonna have to finish here with this calendar year, we're gonna have to be finished. So we have more space. Amy, what I saw is that unfortunately this project was not sufficiently scoped out. And that created or left unanswered questions to those who had an interest in bidding. That uncertainty in particularly, I would say, the general construction numbers resulted in numbers that seem significantly higher than what might be expected of the work that is needed. So we went back and basically tasked our county engineer to look at this project and to scope it and help rework the scope of work before we put it back out.
And typically, how long would that take before you'd be able to put it back up for bid?
good question.
Yeah, well, the
Yeah.
one thing we do have is, we have 90 days to accept or reject bids, right? We have the plumbing one from August, so I think it's around 14 November is our 90-day mark. So optimally, we would like to see the entire thing, elements back out to bid and back to us before that. Again, that is the aspiration. And I gotta tell you, Carbon Engineering is working some other priorities for us. Bridge number 4, so, and again, they do have other things to do, but we are making an honest effort to do it as quickly as we can.
Okay, thank you. With regards to the correctional facility, what is the ION Scan 600?
Oh, yeah.
What is that going to do?
That's to detect any drugs and that when people come in through the mail, et cetera. Yeah, that's, hopefully it'll help reduce the amount of drugs being brought into the prison. Everybody, including employees, will have to go through it. We've been dealing for this a few years now, and finally we're getting to the point that just waiting for the delivery. So it's, we're hoping to greatly reduce the amount of drugs. It's coming into the prison, and it's amazing the way they get, these things into the prison. It's amazing what they do in prison, making their own hooch and everything, and in cells and all that. I mean, it's they're really creative. They got a lot of time to be creative. So.
Amy, this was initially contracted, however, the supplier was unable to meet the requirements to get it delivered. So we had to actually go back and have another company provide a very similar ION scanner, meet the same modifications and stuff.
Okay. And you say about detecting drugs, is there that much coming into the prison? That this is,
I wouldn't say it.
I think it's significantly reduced from what we used to see
Yeah,
in year
it's been
one.
reduced.
Oh my
and,
gosh.
we learning our tricks of the trade, let's say, And, every time we turn around with a new method, they come up with a better method, you know? But, yeah, it's, I'd say, I agree, it's been reduced over the years because we're a lot tighter and better trained officers, et cetera, makes a big difference in what to look for, hiding places and, letting personnel know, you know, contraband being brought into the prison will not be tolerated, and, many corrections officers are bringing in, contraband other than just, drugs. So, and they're properly disciplined for those things, so tightening our belt around the, discipline and policies, procedures, inspections, and cavity searches, it's a lot of things, that are involved in keeping it out of the prison.
And we did bring in a body scanner about
Yeah.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
I think it was in our first year, we had a body scanner, and that is being utilized also.
Yeah, and I think you can look at the prison, I said, when we first came in, I mean, I have to even go back to the DA and everybody that works and everything, there, people are getting help. I mean, when we came in here, there was what, 265 people in the prison, now it's down to 135, and every tool that we can give them to help. You know, like Wayne said too, they were, you know, they'd hide drugs under a stamp. You know, they'd seal the outside of the stamp and put it, there's like so many tricks, and this here, when it goes through that scanner, it's gonna pick it up. Now, the normal, you know, when you come through, this is gonna help, that's a big tool for them. That, you know, it'll make the process a lot better. And I said, and you can't help sometimes from things getting through, but this'll probably be the last straw that they can't get through.
Okay, thank you. With regards to the Legion, LSA grant resolution, this is in addition then, so they had a ceiling problem, now this is a whole different project that this is covering?
Well, they had the ceiling problem, and I think what wound up happening, their total grant that they were looking for, I think, was over $200,000, and I think they got donations for the ceiling. I don't know if they got enough for it, but they're putting in for this because they do need other improvements. And I tell you what, the Legion is like one of the central locations for the county for veterans. I mean, the food banks, they have, you know, the Valor Clinic comes there, there's a church in there, you know, that for that day that gives them a little bit of guidance. And I said, I was just talking to them yesterday about it. I mean, it's nothing to be proud of it, that we're the highest rate of veteran suicide in the state, you know. And it's like, and to lose a place like that, you know, and anything that we could do here at the county to help them out, I think that's very big.
So, is the ceiling still not fully repaired then?
No, it is not, it is insulated, and they do have, plastic, I mean, all the ceilings, they can use it, but, they're looking at their options for what kind of ceiling they're putting in, so.
And
I
they
think they have it narrowed down.
Yeah,
but
they
I
have
don't
it
wanna-
down. I think they're gonna put a wood ceiling in it. And I think I'm not sure what he said yesterday. I think second week of October, the wood is coming. And I thought it was gonna take a little bit longer time, but they said the contractor that's doing it said it's gonna be up in 3 days. You know, and I think they're throwing a little, I mean, that's something you'd have to contact the Legion, but I think the contractor that's doing it is actually donating work to, like they're gonna paint the sidewalls for them, and, you know, so it's a community project there, so that might be a story in itself.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
When will you be presenting, Mrs. Valent, with that proclamation?
We aren't, I don't think, I haven't heard, I was hoping somebody'd be here today, but, that didn't happen, so I'm not even sure of any of, or heard of any event where it could be presented.